Friends, it's Miss Bonnie. Today I know I always say it's one of my favorite books, but this one is one of my favorite books. I absolutely love the pictures in this book. Do you see this one? It's called Waiting for Winter, and it's written by Sebastian Meschenmoser. Do you see the squirrel right there? Look, I'll show you the back too. It's squirrel with hedgehog. We read it at school a lot of times, I think. But I really, really like it, so I thought I would send it to you guys. Winter is almost here, said Deer. I think it's going to snow. Snow? Asked Squirrel. Snow, answered Deer. White and wet and cold and soft. Can you guys see the pictures? So Squirrel did not know what winter was. And Squirrel stayed there waiting. Squirrel hasn't seen it snow. He usually stays inside in winter. But not this year. This year, Squirrel is going to see it snow. Any minute now. Do you see how he's waiting there? Oh no. He's waiting and waiting and waiting. Do you see over here he's kind of falling asleep? Because squirrels usually fall asleep when it's winter. But not this year. This year, Squirrel wanted to see what it was like when it was snowing. Waiting for snow is boring. But what if Squirrel falls asleep? He might miss it. Exercise, thinks Squirrel. Fresh air and exercise. Look at Squirrel. He looks kind of sleepy. Oh, look at him exercising. Round and 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 round. That will wake you up, huh? Oh, it also wakes up somebody else. Do you see? What is that noise? Oh, it's Squirrel. Hedgehog hasn't seen it snow either. But now that he's awake, he'd like to. You'll have to stay awake, Hedgehog. There they are, both waiting. Waiting. Uh-oh, wake up! Hedgehog doesn't think exercise and fresh air will work for him. Squirrel has an idea. What about singing? Look at them. Singing. Sea shanties. La, la, la. Look at them singing a little bit more. Uh-oh. Who did they wake up? Can you see over here on this side? Bear. Bear has had it. No winter, no snow, then no peace for Bear. Bears also sleep during the winter time. Bears, hedgehogs, and squirrels are supposed to be sleeping, so they don't know what snow is. Bear will have to help Squirrel and Hedgehog watch for snow. White and wet and cold and soft, that is what Deer said. But what if the first snowflake has already fallen? What if it's laying around somewhere? What if it's already winter? Look at them. They start looking for the first snowflake. Have you ever seen a snowflake? They're looking and looking. Hedgehog found it! White and wet and cold. The very first snowflake. Winter will be wonderful when it snows properly. Do you see the snowflake he found? Is that a snowflake? Look at this. This is what Hedgehog thinks winter will look like. Is that a snowflake? Does that look like a snowflake? I don't think so. The first snowflake. Squirrel has it. It's white and cold, and inside it's a little wet. Winter will be wonderful. Look at the snowflake that Squirrel found. Now this is what Squirrel thinks winter is going to be like. Are those snowflakes? No, silly Squirrel. Bear is speechless because what they have found is white and wet and cold, but it's not soft at all. Do you remember what Deer said? Deer said it has to be white and wet and cold and soft. It's a good thing that he found it. What do you think Bear found? Do you think Bear found the first snowflake? The very first snowflake. Is that a snowflake? Winter will be wonderful. But the snow is a little smelly. Do you see them looking at the snowflake that Bear found? Is that a snowflake? And what happened? That very first snowflake. Look at his eyes. They're so surprised. The very first snowflake is falling right on the Bear's nose. And then, look at that beautiful picture. Have you ever seen it snow? I love snow. What can you build with snow? Do you know? What are they building right there? A snowman. Yep. Who has built a snowman? Have you ever built a snowman? I have. And now it is time for bed. They're sleeping there. Do you see? And look, over here, this is my favorite. There's Snowman. Do you see what they put for a nose? And for his hat? They used the snowflakes that they found. Pretty cool, huh? Speaking of snowman, I have 5 little snowmen here. Guess what they were riding? A sled. I have a little song for you. 5 little snowmen riding on a sled. One, what do you think happened? Fell off and bumped his head. I called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on a sled." How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. I called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on a sled." How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3. 3 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. I called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on a sled." 2 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. I called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on a sled." 1 little snowman riding on a sled. He fell off and bumped his head. I called Frosty, and Frosty said, what do you think he said? "No more snowmen riding on a sled." Yay! Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed our book today about waiting for winter. Did you notice that Squirrel was a little bit bored and tired? And then found something to do and keep active, and he got to see the first snowflake? Yeah, this is one of my favorites because of that. And because of the pretty pictures. And what did they build at the end? A snowman. Okay, my 5 little snowmen are gonna say goodbye. Bye, everybody. See you next time.